December 25th, 1944. Christmas morning. Over the snow-covered fields near Liège, Belgium. The time is around 10 a.m. The air crisp and bitter cold. Major George Preddy, leading a flight of P-51 Mustangs, has just added 2 more Messerschmitt Bf-109s to his tally. His confirmed kills now standing at 26.83, making him the highest-scoring P-51 pilot in history. The Luftwaffe has thrown everything at him for nearly 3 years. Swirling dogfights over Europe, flak-filled skies, superior numbers of enemy fighters. Yet he has always come through, unscathed in spirit. His aircraft scarred but flying, he has survived being shot down once early in his career, recovered from wounds, and risen to command. The Germans couldn't kill him, no matter how hard they tried. But in the next few moments, something unthinkable happens. A burst of fire erupts from the ground below, not from German guns, but from American anti-aircraft batteries, quad .50 caliber machine guns, designed to shred enemy aircraft, rake across his low-flying Mustang. The tracers streak upward in seconds. His plane shudders. Metal tears, and the cockpit fills with the sound of impacts. Preddy manages to jettison the canopy, but the damage is catastrophic. The aircraft cartwheels, disintegrating as it slams into the frozen earth. In perhaps 3 seconds, the life of America's most lethal fighter pilot ends. Not at the hands of the enemy he fought so brilliantly, but from his own side. How could this happen? How does a man who outflew death in the air for years meet it from friendly guns on a Christmas Day mission? This is the shocking irony of war. The greatest threats sometimes come not from the foe you see, but from the confusion behind your own lines. Preddy's story is one of unmatched skill, relentless courage, and a final, heartbreaking twist that reminds us even heroes are vulnerable to the chaos of battle. To understand why this moment mattered so deeply, we must step back to the broader context of World War II in late 1944. The Allies had landed in Normandy 6 months earlier, pushing inland through France and into Belgium. By December, the front lines had stabilized somewhat, but the Germans launched a massive surprise counteroffensive, the Battle of the Bulge, on December 16th. Their goal: split the Allied armies, capture Antwerp, and force a negotiated peace. The Ardennes region became a frozen hell of snow, fog, and desperate fighting. In the air, the United States Army Air Force's 8th Air Force and 9th Air Force dominated with long-range escort fighters. Like the P-51 Mustang, these aircraft, powered by the Rolls-Royce Merlin engine, could fly deep into enemy territory, protecting bombers and hunting Luftwaffe fighters. The 352nd Fighter Group, nicknamed the Blue Nosers, for their blue-nosed P-51, as it was one of the most effective units. Stationed in England, they flew relentless missions over Europe. George Preddy joined this fight after a rocky start. Born February 5th, 1919, in Greensboro, North Carolina. He was small in stature. The Navy rejected him 3 times for being underweight, and too short for carrier duty. Undeterred, he joined the Army Air Forces. Early assignments in the Pacific and then Europe tested him. In 1943, flying P-47 Thunderbolts, he scored his first victories but also faced near-death experiences, including a crash landing after combat damage. By 1944, Preddy transitioned to the P-51 Mustang, a sleek, agile fighter with 6.50 caliber machine guns, long range, and devastating speed in dives. With the 352nd FG's 328th Fighter Squadron, he excelled. On August 6, 1944, he achieved Ace in a Day status, downing 6 Bf-109s in a single mission over Germany, a feat that earned him the Distinguished Service Cross. His aggressive tactics, sharp eyesight, and precise gunnery made him legendary among pilots. Lt. Cal. John C. Meyer, his squadron commander, called him the greatest fighter pilot who ever squinted through a gun. The importance of events like this cannot be overstated. Fighter aces like Preddy not only protected bombers, but also eroded the Luftwaffe's strength, gaining air superiority that enabled ground advances. By Christmas 1944, the Allies needed every advantage during the Bulge crisis. Bad weather grounded much air support, but when skies cleared, Mustangs like Preddy's struck hard at German armor and aircraft. Yet air operations over contested ground carried risks beyond enemy fire. Ground forces, including mobile anti-aircraft units, used .50 caliber quad mounts, often on half-tracks, to defend against low-flying threats. Identification errors in fast-moving, low-level chasers were tragically common. Communications breakdowns, radio failures, delayed orders could leave gunners unaware that friendly fighters were pursuing enemy planes overhead. Preddy's death highlighted these dangers. After downing two Bf-109s that morning while on a combat air patrol, he and his wingmen chased a Focke-Wulf FW-190 at treetop level through the Hurtgen forest area. Ground controllers had assured the pilots the area was clear of friendly fire restrictions. But the message didn't reach every gun crew. The stage was set for disaster. December 25th, 1944, approximately 7 a.m. WWII airfield near Ash, Belgium. The sky is overcast but clearing in patches, the temperature well below freezing. Major George E. Preddy, commander of the 328th Fighter Squadron, 352nd Fighter Group, climbs into the cockpit of his P-51 Day Mustang, serial number 4414906, painted with a distinctive blue nose and marked "Cripes a Mighty Third" on the side, a name born from his lucky dice rolling cry during off-duty games. 10 Mustangs from the squadron roar to life, engines thundering as they taxi out for a combat air patrol mission over the Ardennes. The Battle of the Bulge rages below. German panzers push west through snow and fog. Allied troops hold desperately. Air support is critical whenever the weather allows a glimpse of the ground. Preddy, at 25 years old, leads the formation. His tally stands at 24.83 aerial victories. Plus, ground kills. No one has bested him in the air. They climb out, form up, and head southeast toward the front lines. For nearly 3 hours, they patrol at medium altitude, scanning for Luftwaffe activity. Radio chatter is tense, but routine. Ground controllers direct them toward a developing dogfight. Preddy spots the enemy. First, a group of Messerschmitt Bf-109s, mixing it up with Allied fighters. He calls the break "Blue Flight," bandits at 12 o'clock low. The Mustangs dive. Preddy rolls in aggressively, gun sight steady. His 6.50 caliber Browning machine guns hammer short, precise bursts. Two Bf-109s erupt in flames and spin earthward, trailing black smoke. Confirmed kills. His score climbs to 26.83. The remaining Germans scatter, but the mission isn't over. Ground control vectors them toward a new threat. A lone Focke-Wulf. FW-190 spotted strafing Allied positions nearly southeast of the city, in the Herjgon forest area. Preddy takes the lead with two wingmen, Lieutenant William Carty and another pilot, dropping low to pursue. They skim treetops at high speed, weaving through valleys, chasing the German fighter as it hugs the deck to escape. The chase is frantic. The FW-190 is fast on the deck, but Preddy's Mustang closes steadily. Tracers flash from the pursuing P-51 as the German jinks left and right, trying to shake them. They burst over a clearing where American troops dig in infantry and armored units from the 19th Corps, supported by mobile anti-aircraft batteries, including quad .50 caliber machine gun mounts on the gun crews spot low-flying aircraft roaring overhead. In the split-second confusion of battle, German planes had been strafing nearby. They open fire. Tracers arc upward in bright streams. The .50 caliber rounds, designed to shred aircraft at close range, rake across the three Mustangs. Preddy's plane takes multiple hits. Coolant lines, steam erupts from the engine. The cockpit fills with warning lights and the acrid smell of burning oil. His Mustang shudders violently. He yanks the stick, chandels sharply left to gain altitude. Pops the canopy release. The glass flies away. He attempts to bail out, but the damage is catastrophic. 1.5 caliber bullet has torn through the cockpit, striking his right thigh and severing the femoral artery. Blood pours. The aircraft rolls inverted at low altitude, perhaps 200 feet. Witnesses on the ground, including Sergeant Charles Brown, PFC, C. John Starzinski, and Lieutenant Murray Grubman from a nearby position, C. Preddy, fall from the cockpit. His parachute does not deploy. Too low, too fast, perhaps combined with injury or equipment failure. Cripes a mighty third noses over, disappearing behind trees. A crash echoes across the frozen landscape, metal twisting and fuel igniting. The plane is destroyed. Preddy lies mortally wounded on the snow. Ground troops rush to him, carry him toward a field hospital. But he bleeds out before they arrive. He dies within minutes. His two wingmen are also hit, Carty, and the other pilot managed to crash land or bail, surviving with injuries. The FW-190 escapes in the chaos. The entire sequence, from the burst of ground fire to the crash, lasts mere 3 seconds of mistaken fire and the career of the war's top P-51 ace. The climax arrives in that frozen clearing near Liege. Preddy, moments after downing his final two enemies, finds himself targeted not by Luftwaffe guns, but by the very forces he protects. The quad .50 caliber mounts, M2 Browning machine guns on M45 Maxim mounts, capable of 2,000 rounds per minute combined, unleash a storm of lead. In the confusion, identification fails. The gunner realizes too late, ceasing fire after perhaps 60 rounds, but the damage is done. Preddy's Mustang, once a symbol of dominance, with its Merlin engine roaring at 1,490 horsepower, 6 guns harmonized for convergence at 250 yards, becomes a crippled machine. He fights to control it, but the severed artery and massive trauma overwhelm him. He falls at low altitude. No time for the shoot to blossom. Ground troops reach the wreckage. They pull him from the debris, apply pressure, but it's futile. The femoral wound is too severe. He is gone. The irony is stark. 3 years of dogfights, flak, superior enemy numbers survived. 3 seconds of friendly fire. Fatal. The loss ripples through the 352nd Fighter Group. Pilots who flew with him are stunned. One later recalls the disbelief. How could the man who outflew death so many times fall this way? The squadron presses on. Missions continue through the bulge. Air superiority holds, contributing to the eventual Allied victory in the But the incident exposes harsh realities of war. Communications breakdowns, ground controllers assured the pilots the area was clear of fire restrictions, yet not all gun crews receive the word. Fast-moving low-level chases leave no margin for error. Identification friend or foe IFF systems exist, but in the heat of battle, with snow, haze, and adrenaline, mistakes happen. No blame is cast publicly on individuals. War's chaos is the culprit. The lesson is clear. Even the most skilled warrior can be vulnerable to accident. Preddy's death becomes a tragic reminder of friendly fires, toll not isolated, but part of a pattern, an intense ground-air coordination. His final tally, 26.83 aerial victories, making him the highest-scoring Mustang pilot of the war. He never lost a fight to the enemy. The lesson endures. Skill and courage carry far, but the fog of war spares no one. Major George E. Preddy's final flight ended on Christmas Day, 1944. Not in a blaze of enemy fire, but in the quiet tragedy of mistaken identity. The man who had outmaneuvered the Luftwaffe time and again, who had stared down flak and fighters and emerged victorious, was taken by a few seconds of fire from his own side. His P-51 Mustang, once a symbol of speed and precision, lay broken in the snow near Lidge. The blue nose that had become feared by German pilots would never fly again. In the years that followed, his name remained etched in the records of the 8th Air Force, the highest scoring P-51 ace of the entire war, with 26.83 confirmed aerial victories. He had flown 120 combat missions, survived being shot down earlier in his career, and risen to lead men who looked to him as an example of skill and determination. Yet his story is remembered not only for the kills, but for the sudden, senseless way it ended. Friendly fire claimed him in an instant, a reminder that even the sharpest warrior can fall to the unseen dangers of war's confusion. The incident was one of many during the Battle of the Bulge, where low-level chases, poor visibility, and stretched communications created deadly overlaps between air and ground forces. Preddy's death, like others, forced hard lessons in coordination, identification, procedures, and the limits of human judgment under pressure. No single person was blamed. The chaos of battle itself carried the weight. Today, his grave lies in the Lorraine American Cemetery in France, among thousands of others who gave everything in that long struggle. His name appears on memorials, in history books, and in the quiet conversations of aviation historians who still marvel at his record and still feel the sting of how it concluded. War takes the best and the bravest in ways no one can predict. Preddy's legacy endures, not because he was invincible, but because he was human, skilled beyond most, courageous beyond measure, yet ultimately vulnerable to the same unpredictable forces that claimed so many others. I've just said what's recorded in history. You should find out the real truth yourself. We have written the sources from which we got this story in the description of this video, and we have always been and will be supporters of the oppressed, regardless of their color, race, or country. This world and its creator are also with the oppressed. If this forgotten story of courage and tragedy moved you, drop a like, share your thoughts in the comments below. What surprised you most? And subscribe for more hidden World War II tales that deserve to be remembered. Hit the bell so you never miss the next one. See you in the next WWII story.